Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Oh, there we go. Sunday Chat and Jam. September 3rd. Happy September, everybody. 5:07 p.m. and we are ready to get started. So let's get some boys in here and let's have a little chat and then some jam and see what happens today. How about that? All right, first in we have Mr. John Shane.
Yo! That guitar, dude.
It just got some mojo to it, doesn't it?
That one and the GLT2 whatever dash 9.
Yeah.
Both of those right over here.
Right? Your favorites.
Yeah.
Those are probably my two favorites as well. Probably the GL2T, this signature Wolfgang, and then the Wolfgang USA Stealth, and then probably the purple one. And it's kind of in line with what we're going to talk about today. So we'll get to that in a little bit.
John. Okay, I will.
Nah, we're good. All right, who else we got? Let's see. We have waiting a Mr. Symmetry Trev. God, he's sparking it up. What is going on, man? What's happening?
I, and it's my theory that it's the block inlays.
You think that's what it is?
USA signature. That
just adds to the tone, huh?
That guitar never disappoints, man.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a good one.
So good.
You know, people talk about the cost of these and, it's not worth getting this one. They're too expensive. I got to tell you what. I mean,
if you die smiling, it was well worth the cost.
It's that last little bit of percentage that just really makes these things just super, super fantastic. So,
and the other thing is it looks like a modern day Les Paul to me, and it's the block inlays and the white or the cream, and it's
Does it
a beautiful
sit the same
guitar.
way as a Les Paul though?
No, it's a little more. See,
a little more forward.
John doesn't like the little, asymmetrical shape of the body.
It's a little more telly than Les Paul, isn't it?
When it's hanging on the strap, I mean, it just hangs perfectly.
Perfect.
And I think that's the whole reason that, I think Eddie really liked the. I think that Eddie really liked the way that Les Paul sounded with the pickup, and it was just so heavy. So I mean, that's the whole evolution of what you see and what he did with guitars over the years. He eventually got to this, which is kind of a cross between, a Super Strat and a Les Paul. I mean, really, really is. So, I don't know.
It's beautiful, man.
With a Floyd and a D-Tuna.
With a Floyd and a D-Tuna, right?
Exactly.
And if you were lucky enough to get one of the USA custom shops with a hardtail, I mean, those were literally a copy of all the woods from a Les Paul. So, I've never played one. I hear that they're fantastic, but oh well.
I wouldn't kick her out at night.
Right? Oh, man, we almost forgot about Mr. R2R3.
Baby face. Good to see you, brother. Look at that.
Good to see you,
Who doesn't
gentlemen.
want to kiss
Cheers,
that
boys.
fucking smile? Look at that.
Right?
Boy. So pretty.
Oops. Good to see you, Ryan, John, Trev.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Brother.
Boys and girls in the chat. Hello there.
Septemberfest 2023, huh?
Yeah, can't wait, man.
Last time I was on L&M's guitar channel there in Austria, apparently
Pouring yourself
Oktoberfest starts in September.
Yeah.
It's called Oktoberfest because it ends in October.
Ends in October.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
So let's go in, balls deep. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not? Why not? Let's do it. So before we get too far in and too far deep, let's give a let's give a big shout out
at a gas station the other day. But
to our channel members. We do have channel membership on the channel. If you'd like to help us out and support the show and have a channel membership, then hit that join button. But a big shout out to these channel members that have been actively supporting us and showing the love for us. We appreciate each and every one of you. So big thanks to our channel members.
yeah.
Awesome. That is cool.
Right on. All right. Probably ought to get over to the chat and see what's going on in here today, huh?
It really makes it worth getting up every day.
Right? All right. In the chat, we had first in Rob Blackmore Official, followed right behind him, channel member Rob Blackmore Official, followed by channel member Herb
Everybody
of
check out
Fireside Studio. What you gonna say, John? Is John frozen?
Robbie's got this killer shirt that is. Am I frozen?
No, there you go.
You're good.
You're good.
You're good.
Am I frozen?
I see you.
No, you're good.
You're good.
No, Robbie's
Keep
got
moving, man.
cool shirt
You just stopped
that his
talking.
wife made for him.
Right on.
didn't
Channel
wanna step on your
member,
toes.
Back to hell.
channel member Stephen Franklin is here.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Good to see you, man. And of course, channel member Patty Dill is here. Welcome
up,
in, Patty.
In the
Good to
chat,
see
the
you.
bestest
Patty in
of
the chat.
bestest.
Patty informed me that I had
Patty.
yet another package coming. Patty
Oh,
is
man.
just way too
Oh,
kind.
man.
I was unable to get it for the show today, so we'll have that saved for next week at some point. So thank you once again, Patty.
Thursday.
Very, very generous of you.
That is cool, man.
Let's see. Who else do we have in the chat? We've got
Very
William
cool.
De Silva hanging out with us.
What's up,
Welcome
bro?
in. Channel member Mr. Mick. How's it going, Mr. Mick? Good to
Mr.
see you.
Mick. The OU
Got
crew, bro.
Wild Symmetry in the chat there. Let's see. Channel member Nelson Rodriguez, who is alive and well. Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Channel
Welcome to the team
member
meeting.
Brian Mooney is here. Welcome in. And then we have Dan Gorman. Welcome. We got Patrick hanging out. Cheers, Hip. We got Mr. Hip Metalworks joining us. Good to
Right.
see you. And let's see, who else do we have? We got Mitch Hammond. Always good to see you.
What's
Welcome
up,
in.
brother?
Let's see, who else do we have? Scrolling down, scrolling. Let's see. Got Gunner Man 54 here.
Yo.
Always welcome.
see you.
Good to see you. Scrolling. Get that chat scrolling. We have Greasy Monkey
What's
Guitars.
up, man? Greasy.
Just saw the notification. How is everybody? We're doing well, man. The
There's
greasiest
no
of
monkey more greasy.
We got channel member Cool Breeze is here. Welcome in. And we have Mr. Fruitcake Tony joining us. Welcome in.
What's up, Tony?
On his show
Show
yesterday.
last night.
Yep.
Great.
And Tony,
Good
I
show.
tell you what, he's kind of sneaky. You know, he hid that
That's
nugget.
my favorite thing. Is that little
And
Easter eggs, right? You gotta go looking. You gotta look and do your
He
research.
usually has it about 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, it was down low.
Last night I went and I looked and okay, no nuggets. He
No.
hit it all the way down.
It was
at the
there,
bottom.
man. And I
He
even
wants-
put it my answer in parentheses. I'm like, you have to do it. You have to make sure it's after question 9 because
Yep.
all these there's people typing them in like in question 7, and I'm like, not yet, guys, not yet.
Not yet.
Follow
So
the
always-
instructions. kids.
Always a good time at Fruitcake Tony's. Check out his
Yeah, man.
description link in the description down below.
That's right.
Underneath the video there. Let's see, who else do we have here in the chat? We've got channel member Bent Thomas here. Welcome in.
Tommy, brother.
USA Block Inlay Wolfgang. I think our bar and above the best guitars EVH May.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Who else we got?
If I seen one, I'd want to play one.
For sure. For sure.
It'd probably lead to me buying one.
I even like him on the that what was that? The gray? Remember he had this? I think they still have it. It's like a gunmetal gray kind
There's
of.
a stealth
stealth
gray,
gray,
and
yeah.
then there's a gray gloss gray.
Yes.
And the gloss
With the
gray
block.
was one that I had been drooling over for a long time. They were just real hard to find. Nobody had them. Channel member Ferd Burful is here. He says, I'm late. Did I miss much?
Howdy, Ferd.
Oh, dude.
Not a whole lot. We have an
Welcome in.
extra, we have an extra long kind of intro screen now, and that 5-minute long, self-proclaiming jam that I did at the beginning. That's to allow everybody to get in. So
Find
they
your
don't miss.
seats, get comfortable.
Get your beer, come in.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss anything, right? Who else do we have in the chat? Let's see.
Go
We
for a smoke,
have
Joe.
right. We got Getter
Joe here?
1952.
I don't
Get her.
smell him. Joe.
I don't know.
Joe.
Oh, he must be here somewhere. We'll probably
he's
run into him
floating
here in a
around.
bit.
He's not
Channel
here.
member.
He's not here. I can't add him.
We have Miami
Explains-
Pool Boy 69 joining us. Welcome in. We have channel member Guitar Man
If you know, you
45. Welcome in, Bo. Always good to see you.
Yeah.
We got Charles
There you go.
75 in. Sam
Howdy,
Ola.
dog.
What's up, Charles?
We've got the Axe.
Yo,
And
Great show
man.
let's
today,
see.
Charles.
DX.
There he is. Channel
He's
member
here,
Joe,
man. He's
a.k.a. I.
Channel.
Now I smell him. Now I smell
There,
him.
yeah. Now,
I'll
everything's
still give him a hug because he's a brother. The brother.
everything's right with the chat now that Joe's here.
Well, you get a little bit extra out if you give him a good squeeze, right?
Was that asparagus?
Oh, jeez. No, that's usually on the. Never mind. Oh man. Joe says he's just chilling
Boy, she's gonna
today.
be a good one today, boys. I can tell.
He's had a long day, up early, blah blah. Yeah. When I first
The
saw
best
that,
part of a Labor Day weekend is that you don't have to go to work on Monday.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you boys?
Pull your panties down.
Whoa,
hands above
hey now.
your head and run around the yard.
Boy, Trev's in a great mood
Oh
today.
man.
He must
Don't
be a
c-
little. He must be a little cooler in the tone shack today.
Hopefully the cops are on vacation
You
too.
want a temp check?
Yeah, man. We have to have the
What are you at, man?
79.
Oh
Okay.
wow, dude, we're like 91 degrees up here in Chicago.
It's pretty
Not
comfy.
too bad. Not too
Pretty
bad.
comfy.
Not too bad.
I mean, I prefer 85 to 70. I mean, 70 is the bare minimum. You call it room temperature, I call it bare minimum.
That's for an outdoor temperature or your tone shack
72 is
temperature?
my
In
bare
general. In general.
In general, right?
I'm one of those robe and pipe orgy guys, right? I mean, I just want to walk around the house.
Easy, Hef.
Exactly.
We'll have to start calling him Trev.
Trev's got
Trev
R2's.
Hefner.
I like that.
Trev
Trev.
got all of
Is that
R2's spunk from the other
I
night.
guess it is. FBH.
Man.
That's funny.
So you see my little description under my name right there. There we go. Disappointed shopper.
Disappointed shopper.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh,
And
is
the-
that what that says?
Yeah, I guess that's what that says. If I spelled it right.
I
So,
didn't
and that
change
I
was-
got my glasses on here.
forever.
That was kind of something I was thinking about. You know, title of the chat and jam today: online guitar shopping experience is what's your take? So my deal is that since my birthday, I have been searching and shopping and going to local stores, and I just can't find anything
Right.
that I
Right.
like. So it's almost like the stores are stocking kind of the lower end stuff for the student or the entry level. And that seems to be all that you can find anymore. Is everybody seeing that everywhere? Or
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You can call us snobs, I guess, and call me a snob, but I mean, you're looking for good gear. And we have the Platinum Room. I go to Guitar Center, and wonderful instruments in there. But there's some guitars in there that I'm like, really, $4,000, $5,000. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. But then you look in the used section, and you're like, okay, let's see what we can find here. Nothing, no pedals, anything, no, nothing. Yeah, no. So this birthday week was just
so you were kind of doing the same thing. You were
same
shopping
thing.
for something for
I
your
want to walk
birthday?
home with something. I even told the guy too, man. You
Yeah.
think the guy would be interested in like, I'll find you the guitar you're looking for.
Make you a deal. Come on.
I'm like, dude, it's my birthday week. Come on, man. I need to walk away with something. He's like, all right, sale. He's like, yeah, just take a look around, see if
I
you
mean,
find it.
with that said,
Yeah.
you have posted many a picture this week of you hunkering down into the inventory and making some changes with what you got.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I'm calling that a productive use of time.
yeah, yeah.
Even though you're not buying a new thing, you're making the things you got feel better.
Right?
And while that may be the case, you know, he still wants a guitar. I still want to get another guitar. You know, so the only option at this point is online ordering. You know, and I'm not
Well, that's
real
not
keen
gonna
on
do
that.
it.
I mean, I've had a couple of good experiences with it, but I've had some bad ones.
Lucky.
You know, I can remember years ago I special ordered a custom guitar, and when it got here and I opened up the case and I picked it up, I immediately looked at it, put it back in the case, put it back in the box, got
Really?
return shipping for it, and was like, nope. And I've had, you know, oftentimes I'll tout the place in New York, Safe Haven Music, which have been fantastic. That is actually where I got this one.
There you go.
You know, but I had faith that this type of guitar, when it would come, you know, would be a fantastic guitar, and it was. You know, but I talked to the guy over email and so forth, and I'm like, I want to see pictures of the neck. I want to make sure that, you know, this and that, and check the weight on it and so forth. And I told him to pick, because they had a couple of them actually. I told him to pick the best one when he made a G chord that vibrated the longest in his hand. And so he sent me this one. So without being able to put my
What's the
hands
back of the
on it,
neck look like?
Just one piece maple. Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty soft though, right? It's not shiny.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. No set.
So, you know, there
Nice.
were a couple of things that I had been able to relay, you know, that I wanted. So this one came in and it was great. I had also ordered my Star guitar from them, and it came in and it was great. I had to do a little adjustment to the detuna. Everybody's seen the video on that, and if you haven't, go watch that video.
Yep.
And I also ordered from them my chlorine burst Wolfgang, and when it came, it had a high second fret. So I was able to take it to a local EVH warranty dealer,
Service center. Yeah.
and which happened to be Righteous Guitars, and they had a plec machine. He says, I'm just going to throw it on the plec. So he plecked it, and so
Right.
that guitar is fantastic now. So, I mean, that's minor.
Nice.
But I've heard some horror stories about, you know, people ordering stuff online. So how about you guys? What's your thoughts on that?
If I can't touch it, I ain't gonna buy it. And that even goes for pedals, whatever. Man.
Yeah.
I'm a mom and pop shop kind of guy, but given that, you're gonna get more variety if you go to a Lone Wolf McQuaid.
Hmm. But are they going to have the selection that you would be looking for? I mean,
Well, the key really is to get online. And for a fellow like me that travels here and far and all around just to fix coffee machines all day, my travels take me within many stores' reach. Probably within 10, within a half an hour, or like even 15 minutes
Okay.
within my daily route.
yeah.
So if I need to go to some particular store because they've got James Hetfield picks, I'll do that. Because it's in Langley, and I'm going to Langley today, right? But I won't buy anything sight unseen.
So unless you can pick it up, have
Once
it
I
in
can
your
touch
hands.
and I want to be able to take it back if it sucks. I want
Okay.
to be able to go to that store and say, you know what, this thing ain't working the way it's advertised to be.
Well, you know,
It's supposed
and
to
most
be.
places will offer, you know, a refund if you ship it back and so forth, your Sweetwater and
Dude,
so
that's-
forth.
Now you got to pack it
It's
back
such
up,
a
and you gotta
hassle,
go
isn't
to
it?
the
See,
fucking
and
station. You
that's
gotta
why
sit
I
I'll
love
spend
shopping
$5
at Guitar
a kilo
Center.
on an hour of my time to drive to the goddamn store versus having to deal with that shit.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
That's why I would do online purchases at Guitar Center, because I knew that if it was shipped to the store and or the, you know, your home, if I didn't like it, you can go to any Guitar Center in the area and just go, not happy with it.
Well,
Didn't
let's see what the chat is saying. Joe says, I'm looking at a Schecter Demon 6,
I have a
433
thought on
shipped.
that if you actually care.
It's on sale from $499. I got to the 6th, so I'm not sure, to be honest. What's your thought on that, John? Well, you said you had a thought on something.
I think my experience, because Trev and I are in the same geographical area, so
Neck of the
I know I go to all the stores he goes to. Yeah, and they're just not there. I mean, go into for the higher end stuff, you can go in and play. You know, they probably got 30 custom shop Strats, but it's like, unless you're gonna spend a whole pile of, they're all different, right? They all, I don't know,
It's
they're
hit
just
and
not
miss.
worth the money
It's
that
hit and
they
miss
ask.
for what you want. I mean, that day we
But
went
off
looking
the
for the
back-
purple. There was 2 stores in British Columbia that had a purple. One of them was on the island. The other one was downtown terminal. It's not like you just go to your local shop and find a star guitar, a shark guitar.
Right.
No.
Yep. Well, I mean, I was lucky enough to go to Righteous Guitars in Roswell, and they had the Unstriped Relic. They had a couple of them, so I was able to play a couple, and actually there were some differences in them, and I'm like, man, I'm glad, I was able to play it and got the one that I wanted, because if I had been shipped that other one,
Sight unseen is
yeah, yep. So some people, I guess, don't have trouble with it.
I
Joe
think,
says
though, too,
he's
you've-
looking for this Schecter online. Go ahead, John.
I've heard good things about Schecter, and there's a couple
I think
to buy.
you're brand loyal with EVH, and for the most part, it's been good, right, for you?
Yeah. They've been fairly consistent with the ones
Yeah.
that I've found. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Axe says, I don't know if I could order a guitar online. I've never bought a guitar that I haven't held in my hands and at least played unplugged first. Yep.
Exactly.
It's kind of me. Joe says, I buy online. He has no problem.
Yeah.
Guitar Man 45, I always want to get another guitar, so I have one on the way.
Yeah, that should be your.
He has so many
Under-
guitars though that by the time he gets to actually playing it, the warranty's gone.
Well, he forgets about them before they show up, and then
My
it shows
lag-
up, and it's like
am I-
fucking Christmas Day every day. Look at this
Right.
guitar I got today.
Nice.
Cool Breeze says, I bought a G&L ASAC, clear red,
think I'm-
swamp ash,
I'm lagging.
flame maple neck.
In here, boys, I'm gonna reboot.
Okay.
I'm gonna go water a rock while you reboot.
Swamp ash, flame maple neck, 1995, USA made with the case, $894. And see, that's something that, that's a pretty good guitar for that price. So is it worth the risk to go ahead and get that and get it shipped to you? I'm assuming you got it shipped, Cool Breeze, or was it something local that you found? Let's see. Axe says it's like a blind date. You win some, you lose some. I guess so. Sweetwater inspection is not great at times. I don't have a lot of experience with buying guitars through Sweetwater. I think the only guitar I got with Sweetwater was the PRS, that SE 594. And it was, it was okay for what it was. So, Mr. Ferd Burfel says, I've bought 5 guitars online over the last several years, 2 used, 3 new. Only had a problem with one getting slightly damaged in shipping. Fix it myself, no sweat. So Mr. Ferd has had pretty good luck. Patrick is lucky. He's got Long and McQuaid have 6 locations in his area. Greasy Monkey Guitars says, I'm pretty happy right now. A few hours ago, I purchased an Eric Johnson Fuzzface in blue, only 50 made. I got a killer offer on Reverb, and now my Fuzzface collection will be complete.
Nice.
And I think that pedals is kind of a different animal, ordering online. I mean, all of those should be exactly the same, right? So, unless it's got some kind of issue where it doesn't work, that would be just an easy, hey, send this back kind of thing. So, Joe says, I have no car, so I gotta buy online. I'm limited. Papa Blue, I buy online all the time.
man?
If I don't like it, send it back. Leave it in the country, so long ways to a music store. Oh, I live in the country.
I just hate the repackaging and the shipping labels. And the dudes and
Me
the
too,
back
man.
And the forth.
Yeah. But see, we're older generation. We're a little old school. We're used to being able to get in the car, go down to a store, find what you want, touch it, feel it, lick it, taste it, play it, and then bring it home,
Right.
So I think times are a changing on it. Mr. Franklin says, I look at it like this. Custom guitars I have to touch to buy. Production, I've gotten far more good than bad. All guitars will need some type of setups. I hate Guitar Center, would rather return online. Yeah, there you go. But
Well,
see,
there you go.
for me, I mean, you could have 5 good guitars sitting there. And I could play all 5, and one of them is just going to have kind of that thing. It's just going to have
There's
that
a vibe to it, right?
that
a
vibe
bond
that
and I'm talking as a woodworker. Trees have different vibes. Different trees affect people different ways, whether it be a coffee table, a dresser, a boudoir, whatever you want. There's certain woods that speak to certain peoples. I mean, it's very selective.
So, are you saying that tone woods matter?
No,
No, you're not saying that.
I'm saying the same person could like a piece of, mahogany versus a maple, and there's 18 different kinds of maples, more, whatever.
Right.
Every constructed, engineered thing, it's going to have a vibration to it. Even if you made 30 exactly the same way, you're going to be lucky to have 3 or 4 that are exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. And that are exceptional in performance.
Those little things, my fingers, my hands, how big are they? How do I hold my pick? How do I hit my pick? Where do I hold my strings? Am I a little behind the fret? Am I right on the fret? There's so many variables, and that's where the tone comes into your hands.
So
But
you're saying it's a much more personal thing, so you feel like you have to be able
bond with it.
to
It's like meeting
bond
a
it.
girlfriend on a freaking one of those blind dates. You go out and it's like all the boxes are checked, but you don't know until you show up to the table and sit there and spend a couple hours with this girl and talking to her if it's going to work.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess a very good analogy of that would be you've got twin sisters. They look
I do.
exactly the same.
Lindsay. There's a lefty and a righty. You can tell if you look for it. But yeah.
Well, I'm talking about girls that you might be interested in. So they both look exactly the same. So it's not all about the looks. I mean, they're both perfect in how they look, and they would be right to your T of a girl that you'd be attracted to. But it's the personality that draws you in
Can I
and
sit in
makes
a
you
room
pick.
with this person for more than 3 hours and not
Makes
want
you
to leave?
pick one over the other, right? And then another person might think that you're crazy for picking that one because the other one does it for them.
Perfect. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. So
Wait till you
it-
sober up, pal.
Yeah.
Well, that's your first mistake.
don't go beer shopping or don't go guitar
Don't
shopping if
sober
you've had a
up.
few beers. Yep. So I don't know. What else is going on in the chat? Cool Breeze says Guitar Center used section has the best prices compared to Facebook Marketplace or Reverb. Guitar Center also has the worst service. Sweetwater customer service is aces. And all these opinions are of the chat, not mine.
Right.
We have,
Yep.
we
That's
neither
what we're here
confirm
for.
nor deny.
I've gotten
That is
lucky,
the
man.
discussion.
I've
That's
gotten
his
lucky.
experience. That's his
Yeah.
experience. It's valid.
GTR 1952 says Wildwood is the only place I trust now. Picks, weight, play demos, and they are players and treat you with respect you deserve as customer.
Now, that brings up an interesting point. Take a fellow like, let's say, Bo, who has his own personal Sweetwater rep. Now this guy knows Bo. He knows what Bo's going to like. He knows what Bo's not going to like. So Bo calls him up and says, hey, I want an ABCD.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get him an ABCD that's going to fit that customer. Is there a sales?
Well, he says here, my gear is always sent to me. If it's not right, they all know they won't get paid until they make it right. So
Perfect.
he's got it worked out.
I've got to
We
ask Jay Hannon.
yeah. Mike has himself has joined us. He says, my Eric Clappy
up, bro?
Strat from Wildwood, great company. And actually, I forgot about that. My USA Stealth right there came from Wildwood.
Really? Nice.
Yep. Let's see. What else is happening in the chat? It could be an expensive blind date. I wouldn't chance it, says Patrick.
Better
Urban
off staying
Fire
at home
Studio.
playing guitar.
Oh, Herb, you caught that ad. Sorry, dude. Sorry. We got to get it while we're live because after, John and all his F-bombs, they turn all that off. So sorry about that.
I think I've got him beat by a couple tonight, though. I'm just
You notice,
Right.
you notice I'm being quiet. Get into the second hour, and then I can start.
Then you can go. Let's see. Mr. Mick says my Sweetwater rep told me that I've had a lot of return lately, so he called me first before my order goes through. F that. I'll go somewhere else now. And see, that's the thing. I mean, how many times can you return guitars until they're like, this dude, he's just playing these and doing YouTube reviews and sending them back.
He said, playing a gig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mr. Mitch Hammond says, probably my last 8 guitars I've purchased from Sweetwater, Amazon, Guitar Center, and Musician's Friend. Most are fine or minor problems, and let my guitar tech fix them. And that's not, that's not really what this is about. It's about, any guitar might have a little minor problem with it, and I'm fine with fixing that. Like the Star guitar I got.
Okay, how far are you going to go, though?
But a little trouble with the detune on that one. But the guitar felt and played fantastic.
Fretwork?
So,
no. Soldering? Trying to chase a ground that ain't fucking making a contact somewhere? Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
No. For Trev in the swear jar.
So it's all about you gotta put it in your hands, and I don't get paid by Guitar Center, nor do I promote Guitar Center like it's the greatest store. But I've had my best luck with it, because if I see something online through my app and it's at Jacksonville, Florida Guitar Center, they'll ship it to the Guitar Center by my house.
Yeah,
and then I can go play it.
And then if you don't like it, you say
if I don't like it, no, it's like, okay, we're all good. And now that Guitar Center stuck with it. But what winds up happening is, I mean, they're not stuck with it. It's going to get sold again. Somebody's going to order it, and it's going to be shipped to that other Guitar Center. And I mean, just like I was looking for the Frankie Stripe series, and we got a couple at Arlington Heights Guitar Center. I'm like, excellent. Time you go there. Guy's like, no, man, we already shipped it to some other dude over here in Albany, New York, already wanted one. So I'm like, okay, I see what you guys are doing.
That's the same. That's the same here with our Long McQuaid. Like, I'll go on and you can do Canada-wide inventory search, new and used. And you want something like I had the Strats before I got rid of them for this. And I found the ones I wanted. One came up from somewhere in BC, and the other one came from Alberta or whatever. They brought them in. I didn't do anything. Oh, I put 10% down to bring them in, right? Which is refundable.
Right.
I played the first one because I got a Strat and a Tele. I got the pair. The first Strat was no good. I played it, and I'm like, no, send it back. And then the Tele was great. No issues with that. And I think, it's kind of the best of both worlds there when it comes to that. But something like this, like the new one that I want to buy, you just got to put faith in the company.
Right.
Pay for the
That's
damn
something
thing.
different. That's next level, where you're spending.
That's what I'm saying, right?
That's
a few
kind of
$5,000 on a guitar. But if you can call him and say, hey, it's been a little fucky. Check this out. Oh, try this. Try that. Try the other thing. Well, it ain't right. Send it back to us. We'll make it right and send it back to you.
It's a different thing.
Sure, it took, 6-8 weeks?
Yeah.
But
it's perfect.
Customer service beyond.
Yeah.
Now you're in a relationship with that guitar builder. And he wants to make you happy.
Takes pride.
Right?
Well,
you can't get that from Fender or Gibson or any of these guys.
Right.
No.
So Mr. Franklin says, I've gotten guitars that I didn't like the way it sounded. Played great, and they went back. So that's kind of more along the lines of what I'm talking about. If the guitar just doesn't, there's no problems with it, it's great, but you just don't, it doesn't gel with you and its resonance, and it doesn't resonate with you.
That was that first Strat for me.
Like-minded tree.
It had, the strings were whatever they were, but one G chord, it died. And I'm like, no.
Terrible.
So Mitch says that these are budget guitars. Now, if I get a Gibson, I have to try that in person. So what's your limit? How much are you going to spend on an online guitar before you're like, okay, no, I got to go see this? $1,000? $1,500? $2,000? What's considered a budget guitar now?
That's
right. It's like $50. I want to.
Yeah.
Unless it's something of a worthy name for a ridiculous deal, I don't want it. And even then, it's one of those things that smells like a dead fish on the fucking beach. I don't want that. That's fishy as fuck.
Mr. Donald Young has stumbled in. He says, I never bought guitars at a store, just online, but used. I only bought an EVH 5150 combo at Guitar Center, brand new. So everybody's a little different. Everybody has their things that are
I
acceptable
think,
to them.
I think too, there's a generational thing, right? We're older guys, so
Mm-hmm.
it's new. This whole thing is new.
Yeah.
When I was
Well,
doing
That new,
my
but we're still
purchasing,
stubborn and not paying
well,
attention.
no, it is new. Like back in the '90s when I was doing
People
my
have been buying shit
purchasing.
on Amazon for over a decade, man.
Back in the '90s, when
Yeah.
I was buying my gear,
Right.
there was none of this. So you went in and you
There was
played
none
it,
of
and you
that,
got yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a
You
new
get a-
thing for us to think about.
A Georgia
ordering.
Strait, look through the classifieds in the Georgia Strait.
You
You
got
might
it,
get a good
yeah.
deal there because some guys hard
Yep.
up. That was our local musical
Is that still around or gone?
PBS. Yeah, I think the Georgia Strait's still a thing.
Paul Martin Woods, welcome in. Says online shopping and shipping. Surely you should be speaking to the expert, Jay. So
Well, I asked for Jay to be on the show because that would be excellent.
right.
But, yeah, no, if it ain't right, send it back. But it's the whole send it back thing. Again, I'd rather drive for an hour and spend $10 in fuel than have to pack something back up in the box
Right.
and go to the post office and ship it off and wait for 2 weeks to see what the fuck happens.
Right. Well, Greasy Monkey Guitar says he's had really good luck buying guitars online, and taking a lift gets a bit pricey, so online shopping is a blessing for him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's actually legally blind, so it works out for Greasy Monkey.
Now he
I
gets
think
a
it all
couple
comes
extra
down-
cookies for that because if he's legally blind and he's playing guitar, I love him already.
Right?
Are you kidding me? So you're not actually even if he's looking at the fretboard, you can't see the fretboard.
Feel it.
Just feeling it
You
out.
feel it? Yeah.
Feel the power.
Bo says Guitar Center lately has been wanting to be my friend. I bet. we all
Sales are
want.
down, Bo.
We all want to be your friend, Bo. Mr. Franklin says Ryan did solder on the purple to spin the toggle switch. Actually, I did not. I just pulled it out, spun it around, and my issue was the solder joint on one side was touching the grounded shielded body, so I just had to bend that in a little bit. So no soldering required. The soldering that I did was on the
EMG.
purple Kramer.
Oh,
Okay.
When I changed the pickup on that. So you may have been getting those two crossed. So no soldering
There
on
was
the
a
purple
Friedman
Wolfgang.
pickup that involved
Yes.
some soldering, wasn't
Yes, that was installing the Friedman. Yep.
it? That he bought off of Tone Talk, Mark.
Mark. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mark. Yep. It's a great pickup.
nice.
I'll bet.
Joe says that Guitar Center used is the best, hands down.
Well, see, now we don't have that here.
But we have Long
Canadian.
McQuaid, and they're
Yeah.
they're
But they're
really good.
used as, I mean, it's hit or miss. I got my Explorer on a demo for like $300 off, but typically they give you no tax, 10-12%.
Well, you got to hunt the deal down too, though, right?
You
I
do.
think.
And
I
I
mean,
went to
for me,
Richmond
it's-
for that, which is an hour and a half drive, like fucking wham. But I was like, I'm gonna go look at this guitar that's on a demo.
How much driving around, Ryan, do you do going to guitar shops just for the fun of it?
Well, mostly I'll go around my immediate local area. You know, the
1
metro
hour bubble, half
Well,
hour bubble.
not even that. I mean, the metro area, I can drive, an hour so out to my furthest one, but I typically will stay within probably a 45-minute radius of here.
Yeah.
And there's 3-4 Guitar Centers in that radius, plus some other stores. So I've got a pretty
The
good
preferred stores.
I've got a pretty good choice of stores that I should be able to find something,
Yeah.
and going to all of them and not finding what you want, it is what it is.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you think that these stores that we're going to, they're not bringing in more inventory because they need to get rid of what they have?
They're afraid not to move what they've got,
Right?
probably.
Have
Yeah.
they moved from a person with intelligence realizing what the market's wanting to consume versus an algorithm?
Well, and see, that may be the thing. The
the
market that they see
Someone
that
with
people are
intuition
consuming.
and the feeling out things can do a lot more than a computer based on all of other
Right.
things ever
But see,
decided.
that may be what they're all seeing, is that it's more for the boom of new guitar players. When COVID hit, everybody was at home, started having people playing guitar and buying
Epiphone and
guitars.
Squire starter kits. all over
Epiphone
the
Squires, and that seems to be, like I said, everything that you see. The most, with the exception of one place, the most.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, the most Les Pauls that I'll see at a store is maybe 3 that I'm interested in. You know, the rest are all racks of Epiphones, and that's what I guess people are wanting.
That's what sells, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what can you do?
Right.
Mr. Franklin says, last thing I'm going to do is trust a luthier from Guitar Center.
Well,
Well, and
that's
that
just
goes
smart.
the same for Long and McQuaid. I've seen the luthiers at plenty of stores, guys setting
Yeah.
up guitars and doing string things, and none of these guys are like our West Coast guitars, John. You know, our friend down there.
Yeah.
I bought that acoustic from him, and I'm like, this action's way too high. And he's like, all right, pulls all the strings off, pulls a nut out, goes to the back, comes back, puts the thing in. Try it now. Okay, that's pretty good. It's about as
Yeah.
low as you can go. So,
Yep. So an actual luthier.
Yeah.
well,
So-
guys, been doing this for 20, 30 years.
Yeah. So in all of my travels lately, I was out yesterday still looking, and I was at, the Guitar Center that's not my closest one, second closest, and I was just getting frustrated. So I, did a search on my phone for guitar stores near me. I'm thinking maybe there's something somewhere that I haven't seen
The
or
unknown
found.
mom and pop shop.
The unknown mom and pop shop. And lo and behold, it comes back and it says there's a shop right across the street from where I'm at.
Turn around, idiot.
And I'm like, I've never seen this place. So it's kind of off the road a little bit in a little strip mall. So I'm like, all right, let me go check this place out. So this story gets pretty good.
It is, yeah.
So I go over into the parking lot, and the place is so small that I'm driving through, and I'm looking for the sign that says it's a guitar store. So I see it, go over, and the windows are all blacked out, and it says repair, sales, service, and whatnot. So I walk in, and there's a few guitars that are hanging hanging on the wall, and it's not my typical stuff. I see a little Wolfgang Standard on the left, and then behind the register, the front counter, there's a couple striped guitars. So I said, what's the story on those? So, the guy tells me little stories, some parts that he's put together that a customer had, and so on and so forth. And so we get to talking, and he's talking about, he's playing in a band, and he's going to be playing at this place that's local. And he says they're doing a Sammy Hagar tribute kind of thing, and I'm like, really?
All right, I'm in. I'll show up for that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this guy's pretty cool so far. So then he starts talking like that they're going to be doing some Van Halen Hagar era tunes, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, well, what are you using for your tone? Or I don't remember how the conversation continued, but he was like, oh, I got my Kemper over there. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he was explaining. No, it sounded.
Thanks.
It sounded good.
I know.
It sounded good. So
We can do in the pen.
I mean, for the portability of it, not having to lug around, a rig like that. So I can completely agree with him on that. But I said, well, I do a YouTube channel all about, it really started based on the Hagar era tone, Live Without a Net, and that's what I was chasing. And I played a little bit for him on the phone, and they're like, oh, wow, that sounds pretty good. So we got to talking, and then I had another little video there that showed the Steinberger GL2. I said, yeah, I'm such a big fan, I've even got the real Steinberger. And he goes, really? He says, well, I've got a Steinberger Spirit guitar that I've pulled the 2 pickups out of the front, and I've just got an EMG in it, and I striped it up. You hear Steinberger Spirit, and you're thinking, that's not going to be that great. Just some kind of little replica just to look like
Homemade
it.
hot rod kind of thing.
Yeah. And then he says, and I routed it out and put a trans trim in it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I said, no, come on. He goes, no, I got it right here in the back. So he goes and he grabs it and brings it out. And I asked him if I could take a picture of it. And there it is right there.
Nice.
Get out of town. Look
So
at
that's
that.
a Steinberger Spirit.
It's cool, man.
And he actually, this is all wood neck, wood body. and he routed it out and he put a trans trim in it.
Cool.
So he says, "You want to hear how it sounds?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So he turns on this thing and plugs it in, and I'm thinking he's going to sit down and start playing it. And he goes, "Here you go, try it out." I'm like, "Okay."
Summer nights.
So Summer Nights comes out, you know, and his strings were a little old on it, and it needed a little bit of calibration, so it was a little off, but it sounded really, really good. So, you know, we talked for a while, and he showed me some of his other stuff. He had some Kramer guitars, and so it was kind of like, you know, a click. We started, you know, getting along with a common subject.
Just
So,
my new best friend.
I
yeah,
had a sleepover
wild.
last night.
right?
Awesome.
So I left out, and it happened to be that another friend of mine called me as I was leaving, and we were talking about guitars, and I told him about this little place that I had found, and he goes, "Oh, I think I know that guy. He used to be a luthier over at this other store," and the guy had mentioned that he had worked at that other store, so it was the same guy, and he gave him a real vote of confidence on his luthier skills and said he was a really good guy, and he'd actually been wondering where he went because he needed to have some work done on some of his guitars.
The
There
mom
you
and
go.
pop shop. Do a little homework, kids.
Right on.
Knock on the
So-
door, go inside at least, and talk to someone.
I was trying to get back home to pick up actually Patty's package that had come Saturday, but the place was closed. So I just loaded up my Steinberger and my custom guitar that has the trans trim on it, and I went back up there. So I come walking in with a couple guitars, and he said, "Oh, you came back?" I said, "Yeah, I had, you know, you showed me yours, and I had to show you mine."
Right?
So we hung out, and we all geeked out over the guitars for a while.
That's
and,
wild, man. That's wild.
I
Now,
left
did he
the.
play your trans tram?
Yeah, I played
did
both
he?
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was like, "Yeah, that's the tone. That's it right there."
There
Yeah.
it is.
So I left the custom guitar there to get fretwork if it needed anything. Basically, just a full setup on it. I told him anything it needed, treat it like it was his guitar, and just, you know, get it all set up. And yeah, it was a
Wasn't
good.
his
it was,
guitar not calibrated properly and had old strings on it?
well,
I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. But yeah, anybody that has the skill to route out a Steinberger
Exactly.
Spirit and put a trans trim in it knows what they're doing. So
Now you gotta watch out for any live YouTube videos of him playing that guitar. That's my guitar.
we kind of joked about that because he said he had a show coming up, and I was like, if I see that, you know. So we kind of laughed about that, but no, so it was a good, you know, turnout from all this disappointment that I've had at other stores and trying to find something. So it was
Instead of finding
good.
a new guitar, you found a new friend.
Found a new friend. Yep, just like Joe said.
You should have told that story on Charles's show earlier with the theme they had going on. Anyway,
Let's see. Randy says,
the
which
brotherhood
store was
of
this?
music and the way it takes you to meeting new friends and like-minded people. And I mean, it's just us sitting here now from the three corners.
Well,
of our
like
continent.
Charles says, all roads lead to Eddie, man.
Emily Radikowski.
Randy, this is a little store that's right across the street from Guitar Center
Center
on
of all places.
Terrell Mill. Wendell's. Yep. Wendell's.
There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
So do we need to all now do like a walk up and down the block before we go into a Guitar Center to make sure there's no mom and pop shops that are right there?
Wouldn't hurt. Do a deep search. Find these little places.
Yeah, and Ryan and I were talking about that yesterday, I believe, hanging out, and how you just go to these local mom and pop stores, and there's a few you walk in, and you're like, okay, you know, this isn't what I'm looking for, but you buy a couple picks and some strings, and you know, to make a purchase.
A little support and
A
love.
little support for the local music store, the mom and pop store, you know, because they're like, oh, we have a new Fender here, we have the new Taylors. Okay, thank you. Awesome, cool.
I mean, the
Well-
one shop I went into that was like that was about the Schecters. But they didn't have the really nice fancy Schecters. They just had the general issue Schecters.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think his shop was more geared towards repair and so forth, because I saw a bunch of Floyd Rose parts. You know, I'm like, man, this is my kind of place. So I'll be spending some time there, I'm sure. So you never know what you find, you know.
Yeah. Look around.
That's cool, Cool Breeze.
Yeah, he says he purchased a SDE 3000 EVH and parallelizer from Guitar Sanctuary in Texas. No sales tax, free shipping. Gotta love that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's not a cheap little endeavor there, what he just did.
No.
And look at here.
Worthy purchase too.
Guitar Man 45 says, John, I finally got my H90 a few weeks ago, still in the box there.
Didn't that start in January?
Yeah, right. We're talking. I was to say, isn't that Christmas or January?
Right on.
That's
man.
cool, Bo.
Mr. Sean Hockey has stumbled on in. He says, hey guys, at John DeShane, how did you buy your Sewer guitar, online or store?
I had a constant search on Reverb, one of those save searches for these, and
Keywords.
exactly. And it came up, and a guy 35 minutes away from me had one. And you don't see these. They just,
Right.
they're all up there for pre-order and all that stuff. So I called the guy up, and he's got this. Basically, this was his cheapest guitar he had in his collection.
And it is a year, model, make. I mean, give them a rundown, just for those who aren't paying attention.
This is 2017.
2017.
Pete Thorne signature.
Pete Thorne, yeah.
Is that the
And,
first edition?
They started making them in, I think, 2016 or 2017. So, yeah. But I went over there, played it. I'm like, yep. And they're not cheap, right? So I'm like, I got to have this. How am I going to do it? So sold a couple of guitars, and sure enough, he was really nice too, because he could tell. I mean, he's a player, and like he had primo gear.
Yep.
And I
So
said, listen,
he was a seller that wanted you to be able to buy it
exactly.
because he could tell that you would give it the love that it needed.
Worthy
Exactly, and it took
person,
me
yeah.
3 weeks or so to sell my guitars, which went quick as far as I thought. And he'd check in with me every week, and how's it coming, and this is where I'm at. And so I sold him that, and then I had a Boss switcher because he was doing some other stuff with it. And anyways, this is a really nice guy. Ended up with this, and I was lucky. But I mean, as soon as same thing, like we were talking earlier. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I know Pete Thorne well enough, but this part of it, right? But as soon as I wrap my hand around it, I'm like, oh my, very nice.
Right on.
And it was good. Yeah.
So speaking of your Sewer guitar, did you have a little something prepared today that you were going to do?
I did not, but we
Sound
can
like
play
you were
something.
Sound like you were jamming on it in the green room when I came
Well, there's
in.
something we can all jam on together if you want.
Well, I need to take just a quick little break, so I was going to have you jam
well,
out for a
I'll
few
see.
minutes.
Sure, yeah. Let's
Right
see
on.
what we can do.
Isolate.
Well, how about one of these?
There you go.
Dominate.
There we go. Dominate. man.
Right on, man. That sounded good.
Oh, it's funny how it doesn't sound as good live as it does in the green room.
That sounded good. Let's see. We had Dwight Bailey stopped in with us tonight. Welcome in, Dwight.
Hitman.
The Hitman. Who else did I see? We had channel member Andy Carson stepping in. Greetings.
Very
Good
nice.
to see you, man. Hope everything is nice and quiet over this holiday weekend for you guys. Let's see. There's Polly Walnuts stumbling
Yo,
in.
man.
Everybody heard John playing, so they started coming in. Like, oh, it's safe.
Big Bad Ryan's gone.
I think after we had Quentin on and his tone the other night, we lost like 10 subs. So
We're working at getting it back.
we're working at getting them back. Yeah.
Climbing the mountain again.
Love you, Quentin.
Love you, buddy.
Let's see. Anybody else come in here? Let's see. No. So Randy says Wendell has worked on a bunch of Steinbergers. I believe he used to be one of the better luthiers for Sam Ash. Yep, that's where he said that he was back before they went super corporate, which is the main reason he left.
Yep.
Yeah, my buddy said he had done some work for him and he was really, really good. So, but that was not the main, reason of the guy was cool. He's
Yeah.
cool. So.
Awesome.
It's
man.
funny how you I don't know if it's age or whatever it is, but you meet a guy and within 10 seconds it's like douchebag or yeah, you're cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Nah,
Rarely is that first
definitely cool
impression
dude.
wrong.
Yep. So who knows? We were talking a little bit, and I mentioned maybe having him come on the show. Talk about his little Steinberger, or he's local, so may even be something to get him here in the studio and do a stream, and he jams out on my rig and
Make sure
see
he
how it
Dude.
sounds.
Make sure he doesn't trip over the green screen though.
No, he's a good player, a better player than I am. So it'd be interesting to hear him play through the rig. Mr. Boner Jams, welcome in.
BJ.
Yeah.
Penetration, sure.
Oh man,
Come on.
that would be what Boner Jams would see.
If you
right?
guys are all on YouTube, it's Dude Perfect.
Make sure that your chat is set to live chat so you can see the Mr. Boner Jams
My
in your
man
chat.
Boner.
He says, "What, Mr. John Deshane with chains? What's going on, man?"
This chain, he's got it.
Yeah.
Well, Boner sent me a video. He said he was watching me
Uh-oh.
when I went to the bathroom. It was a thermal.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that was
Thanks.
John last.
Sure that wasn't John? Yeah.
He hacked into John's system and did the thing.
It's my security footage, man. So bloody true, though, eh? That's the worst part of it.
Was that John?
At some point, it absolutely was.
You missed the first one. There is the cough. Where
The sneeze, yeah. Oh my word. So on our subject that we were talking about earlier, about not being
I'm not
able
going
to
to buy
find
anything online.
about not being able to find anything local, do you think maybe that's just because I've got too high of standards, or I've already got too many
Well,
guitars?
you've certainly already culled the herd to some extent. I mean, you've got some very fine specimens in your collection.
That's what my wife
So,
said. Your standards
the
are
more
too
miles
high.
we put
She
down,
said.
the more traction we get further in, and we get the things that we like. All those ones that we put on our lap and are like, I love you.
You're talking
the
about
thing-
guitars, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think the thing is, though, is
damned.
you're looking.
Bitches be damned. Ain't none of them around here anymore. I keep the guitars.
But you're not looking for another Wolfgang.
No.
I have yet to ever try Wolfgang, John.
Who?
What?
Me.
What?
What?
You
What?
have,
Who? What?
You have ever
just-
to what?
I mean, the closest thing I've come to a Wolfgang is nothing. I never.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I was talking to Ryan because I think, I could understand if he was looking for another great EVH Wolfgang because he's got them already.
Well,
right?
and if I wanted that, I know where to get that. So,
Exactly.
Well, one of my favorite parts was where you went out on a Les Paul journey and came back with the PRS. And you thought at first kiss, you thought, that'll maybe do. And you brought her home and you're like, no.
She hadn't gone
after
anywhere
a few
yet.
weeks, it was like, you know what? It's going to be my Alice in Chains guitar.
Yeah. Well, it's just easier to keep it in a half step down.
Half-step down
for
drop
that tuning.
tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would tell you that if I were to get a Les Paul,
Still looking for a Les Paul. I know.
yeah, if I were to get a Les Paul, that would be probably on the market to be sold.
Right.
And actually,
Make room for
if there's anybody that wants it, I'd probably sell it now. So, I mean, it's one of those that it was.
Can we see you play a riff on it?
Sure.
I mean, since we're marketing and everything.
It's just right there. Just give me a second.
Quick little switcheroo. Switcheroo.
Dio is one of my favorite artists of all time. God love him. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this.
Just got to get situated here.
No,
Got to get it.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
water
can we
rock.
do a poll? Can we do a poll? Birds or no birds?
Fuck
Can-
them birds.
Can you do the poll, Trev?
I wish I could. I can't because I'm
But see, that's what makes
executive in your StreamYard.
That's
but
how you
not
know it's a
anything to do
PRS,
with your
man.
YouTube.
Okay, let me see.
kind of like the shark tooth inlay for the Jacksons. It's
I'm pretty accustomed to the shark on an ivy knee.
or the saber tooth. Hold on, let's see how John's doing right now.
Oh. If you know, you know. No, see, I personally don't know if I could get used to. Well, I guess you can. It's a matter of hours in the saddle, but just switching from the Explorer to this thing is such a different.
Oh, the neck is probably a lot thinner. I mean,
This thing, the neck is a lot wider. It's a 16-inch
wider,
radius on this,
16
right?
inch, yeah, flat.
12 on the Explorer, which I spent 697 hours on in the last 9 months.
But I'm talking about the back of it. It's probably thinner too, right? I mean, I know it's wide.
It's a wafer thin, but
Yeah.
it's more stable.
Did you say
Figure that
wafer?
out. Wafer.
The heck is a
Wafer.
wafer?
Okay. A wafer is like a little cookie that's kind of pressed into a
That would be a wafer, Ryan.
Wafer.
wafer. Oh, fucking little bird. Killing it. Sounds really good.
So there you go. There you
Nice.
go. What do you think?
Sold.
Oh, would you look at that? We're draw. We're at a draw, 50-50 with
50-50.
18 votes in. Birds
Speaker.
versus no birds. Okay, can we dismiss this poll and start another poll?
What's the poll?
Well, let's
Love you,
let
Ryan.
everybody get a really good look at the birds. So
next poll
there's
is-
there's
okay,
one
'cause-
bird there. There's another
Okay,
bird there.
Birds is
Take a look
winning,
over
birds
here.
is winning.
And there's another bird there. And then there's
And
like
they're all in
the
different. They're all
12th
in
fret.
different positions, right? I mean,
Right,
It's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
they're just the same bird.
Oh.
Now,
And then
how about
here's another bird. Did you
What's
guys know
better?
that that's how he did that effect? Was push the string into the pickup?
The pickup, yeah.
You didn't know that, Trev?
So,
You just-
what if you got no cover on your pickup? Does it
It
still
works
work?
even better. Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? Where are you hitting? You're hitting just in front of this pickup.
Right in the middle. There
Yeah,
you
just
like,
push
try-
it
try-
push it
try
right
to find
down
it.
onto the pickup.
And then when the amp is on,
Yeah. It'll pick it up. Yeah. And that's our lesson for today, boys and
I
girls.
want to get into the nitty gritty of this inlay scenario. So now that we know birds are barely better than no birds,
Okay, we got
we're going to leave the
53%.
birds off to the side. We're going to go for dots, blocks, tree of life, because why? And
So
nothing.
you want to do another poll.
Yep, with 4 choices of fretboard inlays. Dots, blocks, tree of life, or
Okay.
nothing. Black. I kind
Choice.
of like the idea of black. I mean, you should be able to close your eyes and feel that shit anyway. You shouldn't have to look at fucking markers.
So you want dots.
Dots, blocks,
there's Brian Beesman's comment right there.
the bees. Okay.
Dots,
Back off, Boulder
blocks.
Jams. I'll fight you.
Okay, what was it again? Dots, blocks.
Dots, blocks, tree of life, which Boner's against. But I
Okay.
still love
Cogs.
him
And
Sure.
anyway.
Yeah, make sure you spell blocks
just,
right.
Just black. Only top marker.
Cock and balls.
Lumenlay.
Lube inlay.
all right, there you go. There's your poll.
Thank
All
you.
right. What's happening over here?
I don't know.
We got let's see. We had Boner Jams come in. I remember that. He's saying hello to everybody. Let's see.
Brian Beesman.
Bo with all his PRS guitars. mind
Oh,
you.
sorry.
He has many which sit in cases.
Early 90s, early 2010 tops.
10 tops, yeah.
Yeah, those are probably only worth $8 to $9 grand a piece. Boner says, I like PRS, but hate the birds. Okay.
Yeah, I hate the birds too.
All right.
Really? So what's your vote, John, may I ask you? Are you dots? Are you blocks? Are you dots?
Abalone, baby.
Abalone dots.
There we go. Eater 1952 is asking, is this a Core S or SE? This is an SE. McCarty 594 single cut. I love the look of it.
And
it sounds
that
good.
is a sexy, warm brown beast. I mean, it looks like a comfy leather shoe that you want to put on.
There's just something about, and I'm kind of getting used to it. It's just kind of the feel of it. Maybe I just need to have a setup on it and see how it feels.
That's what you
but
said when you came home with it, and then it took you 2 or 3 weeks, and you're like, you know what, I kind of feel like this.
it's growing on me a little bit. Yeah.
Scale's different
And then
though,
you
right?
put away and bought a whole bunch more EVH guitars.
Yeah. The scale is 25.94.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
killer for me.
Yeah. So
It's not one or the other. It's weird.
yeah, it's kind of
You're
of
25 or you had a Gibson
well,
or your Fender.
the whole
Whatever.
thing
No,
was
I'm
they
weird.
said that they made a mistake on a couple of the old was it the 58, 59 Les Pauls, and they actually had a scale length of 25.94. So that's what he was modeling
Is
this
that a
after.
scoop?
That's why it was called a mistake, though. Right? As far as I'm concerned.
Is it one right?
I don't know.
Now, there is a mathematical formula for figuring out frets and the
And he's
diminishing.
And he's not a fan of the birds. Let's see.
How are we making out here with 18 votes in the
Tyler
poll?
Johnson Guitar is here. Welcome in. He says, no birds, but the 24th fret owl is cool.
Blocks is cool.
24th
Blocks
fret
is killing
owl.
it. Blocks is killing it. There's more Tree of Life. I mean, nothing in Tree of Life is tied at 11%.
Mike hates everything about PRS guitars. Okay.
That's a strong opinion.
A nice spec. I like the next.
Tyler Johnson Guitar says, I was so enamored the first time I saw a nice PRS in person. Bandmate had a blue one when I was 16. They're beautiful guitars.
Beautiful.
Works
You know,
of art.
I just can't gel with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mind you, I've only played about 4 or 5 of them. But never.
Greasy Monkey Guitar says, everyone knows that bird is the word.
Bird.
Dan Gorman says it tastes like chicken.
Now, with
Oh, we didn't
Was it
have
Family
this.
Guy or was it Animal House?
That's what I was
I mean,
going to
for me,
say.
it was Animal House.
Forgot the shark tooth.
We forgot to put the shark tooth on there,
That's what I'm used
Mr.
to.
Trev. And he even has one sitting in his
Yeah,
lap.
right there. You need the shark
Well,
tooth.
for
That's what I was
everybody
used to
that
on
likes the
stage.
shark tooth, say shark tooth in the chat. And
Shark tooth.
Your
Hashtag
votes
shark
will be
tooth.
cumulative.
Get to win Trev's guitar.
That was great on stage, man. When I played on stage, I can, in the dark, I can see
You
the
can see it.
abalone and, oh,
Welcome in,
I knew where I was
Deputy
at.
Van Halen. He says, could you do a whammy bar dive for us? I would assume he's talking to John because I don't have a whammy bar. And that'll be $5, Deputy Van Halen. Thank you.
Exactly.
cha-ching!
We got butt cheeks here. Welcome in, Mr. Brendan B. Squared.
Yo, bro!
I
Butt
wanted
cheeks and
Tree
the
of
previous
Life.
question. Okay, John. John, my brother
wait,
Deshane.
wait, hang
Teach
on.
me.
Hang on, Trev. Hang on. We have to address this issue. Mr. Brendan B. Square says, I want to hear Trev
Oh, yeah,
play
he's here
his
now.
guitar.
What I'm working on.
That's what
I'm
you're getting
working
at.
on it.
Okay, okay.
Getting down on that. Now, I've got a whammy
Get
bar.
down on it.
John, what
Yes.
what should I do with it that doesn't make me sound like I'm stupid and just trying to use a whammy bar because I got one? I mean, can you give me some kind of a chord progression or a little riffage?
Any chords you play, man. Just put a little vibe. Yours is floating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find when I'm using it, I feel like it's, I don't know, it's like cotton candy. It's not, and it's an artificial thing that I'm just thrown in because it's there. I'm not trying to utilize it.
Well, you've never
to
used one
feel it.
before, right? You got to feel it.
100%. And so
I mean,
give me
there's
a-
the other stuff that you know the
Give me a basic, quick thing to practice. But that's not going to do it. That looks a little more complicated than what I'm trying to get at.
so just add some to your
How
chords.
about like a...
How about just that A minor D thing that we were doing? If John would quit playing over you. All right, hang on. Let me get this official now. Here we go.
Right back.
There we go. It's still going. Right on.
Wait a second. Let's try it. Give me a second. If I push that button. Hang on. I got stuck in a ditch there for a second. Trying to dig my way out. Is it tuned?
Brendan's loving the Trev stink face.
Strobo Stomp says it's right.
Right on.
So how do you make the elephant sound?
You do a couple of harmonics with the volume down, and then turn the volume up after you've pushed the trim down, and then back up.
Can you put that in the chat?
You're right. John can probably show you.
I think so.
So you're starting with the trim pulled down, and you're hitting.
No,
the...
you do your harmonics with the volume down. Do all your harmonics, and then you push the bar down, and then you turn the volume up and let the bar up. There you go. That was awesome, Trev. I forget what harmonics they are. Let's see. We have Cushman is here. Welcome in. Says nice.
Cheers.
Brendan
Nice.
said we got to see the Trev stank face.
Yeah.
Deputy Van Halen says, was that balls to the wall? Had that sound. Brendan B says, finally, thank you so very much.
There you go.
A request
Very cool.
for some South of Heaven. Andy says you got to put a little more stank on it.
Put some
Brandon
more
is
stank on it,
complete.
you want?
Brandon is
That's the
complete
stank
now.
button right here. Huh?
Oh, you got a...
Oh! Dada, dada! Dada, dada!
Says more rev, more Trev. You got a $5 tip, so now you got to give it.
Send it, brother.
Would you believe only one microphone is working? What the hell? Oh, did I switch this off? There it is. You know what? How about now? Okay. What was I going to do? What do you want
Give
to
her.
hear?
Send it. Whatever you like, man.
Whatever you like, man.
South
You
of
gotta-
Heaven, somebody said?
You got a $5 tip, so you just got to
So-
give it.
Gotta give it.
Give it real good.
Louie, my boy!
Try a pickup.
Right on. Right
Nice.
on.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
So is
Awesome,
that your first guitar with the wiggle stick? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That works properly.
Right on.
Yeah, with the new Godo?
And the best part of
Nice.
it is I made it.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Right on, man.
Awesome.
So, thank
Polish
you,
the
thank you,
frets.
Charles. Thank you for the.
Thank you, Charles.
$5. Thank you very much.
Keep the lights on for another show.
Yeah, absolutely. We should play Guess the Guitar.
That'd be fun. I'm in.
I can tell by your strap, though, I think.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Good cheat.
Yeah,
Good cheat,
There's a
John.
little dead giveaway, huh?
Purple Nurple.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Nice.
See, for some reason, I don't get the same love in the chat that Trev does. And Trev starts playing, and everybody's like, "Woohoo, yeah!"
You got to keep them wanting more.
Right? Right on. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Rob Blackmore's back. He says, "Hey, gents, what is going on?"
Welcome back,
Mr.
Rob. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
back.
Paulie says, "Are those the same harmonics in black and blue?" Oh, for the elephant.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
There we go. Everybody gets a lesson today. Let's see what else is happening.
Nice.
Getting some horns from Polly there. No, this is back when everybody... See, this is when Trev was playing. Yeah. Go Trev, smoking riffs.
Fuck you, Trev.
Deputy Van Halen is looking to buy
if you
some
want a
Marshalls.
quick explanation for it, it's
For
the
what?
beard. It's the tone beard.
It's the tone
the
beard.
tone beard.
The tone.
You got a little Gibbons vibes coming from
Everybody
it.
loves the beard. You're either Gandalf or you're Dumbledore or whatever.
So this little pick right here, this was one that Fruitcake Tony sent to me.
I've seen strange shape thing with.
You know what you do with that?
Is
It's like
that-
you do with vegan bacon.
Throw it in the garbage.
Right in the bin.
Well, it's so not a mammal, right?
It's the pick slide.
So this is a little Jazz 3. I guess this is what Kurt Hammett uses now. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what this was? So I mean, what is that supposed to be for? That little groove there.
The pick slide.
Is that for a pick slide?
Yeah.
I know.
Really? How would you do a pick slide with that?
Well, you
Too deep to be for my.
Holy crap.
See? You're right in the groove.
Yeah, but it catches on the pickup and then
Right.
on the...
Well, that's because you just started doing it. Give it. Break it in.
I don't
Breaks
know.
it in, he'll saw the damn thing in half.
I know. I don't know
Yeah,
about it.
No springs are crashed. Now you got to respring it again.
There's not a whole lot to grab onto there.
Randy praise. I love it, Randy.
Just like his vibrato. And you know what? What else happens when I play with this pick?
Yeah, it turns on. Oh no!
This pick
I
is
felt like it was
automatically...
at the laser show there for a second. Oh, dude.
It just, I don't know. It just starts flowing through you when you play with this pick. There must be something to these.
Yeah, I got one right.
How
right
does
there.
it do at Kickstart My Heart?
I don't know.
I'm sure you can.
We don't even use a pick for that, so it doesn't do anything.
Well, there you go.
What are you doing, man?
It looks
Showing
like
off that-
Tony's got a
show.
box of like a bag of picks.
There it is. There's the pick
When-
right
when
there.
somebody says
There's
eat
the
a
other one
bag
right
of
there.
picks, that's what they're talking about.
See that Ace Frehley one? There's a Fruitcake Tony one.
There you go.
Right on. I hear you're
What's
not
the
There's the
Crybaby
butt
one
cheeks.
there in the
There's the
middle.
butt cheeks right there.
I see the
Andy
butt
Carson
cheeks,
right
but
there.
The little crybaby one in the middle.
Oh yeah, that's the Zach Wild Crybaby.
Oh, look
See
at
that? It says Crybaby Wild.
Aye.
There you go.
But yeah, you can see the purple Kirk Hammett and the green one right there.
What him there?
Well, thank you,
Well
Boner.
done, Ryan.
Yeah,
Well done.
I get one sympathy comment from Boner.
Always ready for a hug. He's one of the brothers.
Charles 75N says it's kind of hard to follow Trev, but we understand you are doing you best.
That's right.
Yeah, it is. It is hard to follow up after Trev for sure. I do what I can.
You want me to teach you some more Slayer? Or
Yes.
You need some
Yes.
Judas Priest? I mean, what do you
Yes.
want?
Yeah, I need some more of that stuff. Rob says I have the Jazz 3 Dunlop in red, and it's awesome. Is it a different thickness in a different color?
That I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're
I don't
the
even.
same.
Are they all
I've
the
got-
same stuff?
I've got black ones, green ones, red ones.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about the
They're
thickness
like
of it.
they're like a 1 mil, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. It's a thick pick. Mr. Franklin says I saw the Ace Frehley pick.
Yeah,
You had one of those in your bag there?
that was in the bag.
In your bag of picks?
Bag of picks.
Is that like a bag of
Eat a
tricks?
bag of picks.
I got a bag of picks.
So I got that one recently, and I also, Mr. Fruitcake Tony sent me. Let's see. Let's show
The
this off
king of
here.
picks. May I say? I mean,
Yeah.
the show's called "Show Me Your Pick."
Show me your pick. So I'm going to show
Jack
you my
Daniels.
pick.
No. You see the problem with Jack? All right, I'll allow it.
Also,
Jack, Jim, and Jose.
got a Kramer with the banana.
Yeah, I got one of those
Headstock
Kramers.
on it.
Yeah,
Did you say?
I guess the H. I guess the H means it's heavy.
heavy.
Heavy, man. Heavy.
I got a Kramer black and gold.
Out of all the picks, though, this is still my favorite one.
Ah, I need one of those Charles Green ones. Yeah,
Mr. Charles
that will
Green.
complete the collection.
All roads. Cool.
I mean, all roads? Like all the roads? No,
All
what,
of them.
What does it take to become a road? Does it have to be paved?
No,
Can it be
it
a
could be
gravel
gravel.
road?
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. If it's just a road, man. It
I
could
took
be
a
it be
trail
a
one
dirt
time.
road?
It took me there.
Dirt.
A dirt road.
Dirt road. That'll get you there. Yep.
I was in the woods, saw the trail,
Love it.
took me there.
Love it. As a philosophy, I love it.
Deputy Van Halen says, do any of you know how to play the 85 Farm Aid version of Been a Long Time Since I Rock and Rolled with Sammy and EVH? I do not.
I kind of want to go look that up now.
Right? I want to listen to it now.
I
Right.
can't remember what it was different from
Been
Led
a
Zeppelin's
long
version.
time, been a long time, been a long, lonely time.
The only riff I ever heard him do that turned out to be a Led Zeppelin riff that I thought was cool enough for me to figure out how to do it was, what was it? How's it go? No, I can't believe I can't remember it now.
Da-da-da-da-da.
No. It was no, not that one. Shit. If I hadn't said anything, I would have remembered it. No, see that Kurt Hammett pick has got me in the.
How about Moby Dick?
No. It was.
That's a good cleansing to palate.
That's a what now?
Palate. That would be a good cleansing the palate to play the Moby Dick.
Later, Andy Carson.
See you, Andy.
Even as a guitar player, it makes me want to hear the drums because
Right.
that is the quintessential drum solo.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Rob says the Kurt Hammock and the Jazz 3 are basically the same thing. Right on. Mr. Franklin says rock and roll version on Live Without a Net I like better. Randy says if I ever come on like John wants me to, I'm going to play Kurt Hammett licks the entire time.
Oh,
With extra wah. Can I get an extra side of wah?
It's just out of wah.
All I can say to that is bring it, man. Bring it. I wish I could remember what that stupid lick was now.
It's not that.
No. It was on.
The
It was on.
Rover?
It
The
was on
Ocean?
that- No. It was. It was on the.
He said.
Let me talk. It was
Yeah,
on
let me
the. It was when he was warming up on the 5150 tour. It was outside, and Sammy's climbing the thing and up there, and he's down there, and he's just playing little riffs, and he plays a Led Zeppelin riff, and
What was that?
I can't even remember how it goes.
Black Dog?
No,
No, it wasn't an obvious.
it's a song that you don't even recognize. Shit, how did that go? Oh, it's a. Oh wait, here it is.
Oh, how many more times? How many more times? Love Zeppelin.
That one.
Cool.
How
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
more times? Yeah.
Randy says he will email me maybe next Sunday. Well, what if we don't want you next Sunday?
We want you now, Randy.
I mean,
Randy.
the show.
Randy, I want you now, Randy.
We'll get something going.
Send your submissions.
who was
to
that?
OU812 at YouTube.
I think Scott's in here.
Oh, it was Scott.
Oh, there he is.
Welcome
He
in, Scott.
farted.
I mean, who's worse, Scotty or Joe?
I'd have to say Scott because Joe's a channel member. So
Yeah,
That's right.
Deputy Van Halen, yes. Denied. No stairway.
Ginger farts really stink.
It's worse than broccoli.
Broccoli and asparagus.
is it okay just to play the chords of that?
No.
Yeah, just strum them.
That's what we haven't ever tried on here was jamming together, have we?
We have, but
We
remember,
have?
we got those. We tried it.
Started
and it was
getting the-
awesome.
yeah.
and then Trevor recorded it, and
And we watched
started
it back, and it was terrible.
Continental drift.
Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? Well, it looks like
gotta do
everybody is
the
kind of
relay.
falling asleep in the
Shat.
chat. Yep. See, there's
Gotta do the
Scott. He
relay.
says had a food coma after lunch.
Would you eat, Cuddy?
Yeah, what'd you have?
Damn it! I gotta start
was
a prime
for lunch?
rib. What the fuck time is it?
I don't know. He's got some good news there. He says, Mom decided our computers are just too old and we're getting new ones for Christmas.
Awesome.
That's so far away, though.
Really? Is it though? I mean,
Christmas in September, baby.
Right?
Christmas is as far as summer begins is away.
Yeah, it's weird to think summer's winding down, right? Labor Day.
I noticed it. I was driving around at 8:30 last night, thinking, "Fuck! Remember when it was daylight till 10:30?"
Remember when you were young?
I went out on the deck this morning and I was like, it's starting to feel like fall. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
So summer winding down. It's not going to have any more hot summer nights, huh?
Wake me up when May.
When September comes, is that the word?
September. I want May.
Let's see. I seem to have lost my
It's 90 degrees right now.
my chat over here. Oh, we still have that poll going that I need to take a look at. So we can end the poll. And let's see. So what do we have that won? Block Inlays won it with 41%. Dots were 37%. Tree of Life and Nothing were tied
Wow.
10%.
Blocks,
So-
blocks plowed away.
Yep.
I'm not going to fight it.
And I think a lot of that really
But
depends on
shark-
what
okay,
what the
you wanna
what
do
the
shark
wood.
versus blocks.
I think
last
it
poll?
depends on what the wood of the neck is, though. I mean, have you ever seen a maple neck with block inlays? it looks absolutely silly.
Ass. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think even
Zach Wild.
like a perloid, dot in a maple neck would still look funny.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Let's
Exactly.
Be
So
honest here.
I think with a maple neck, the dots are fine. I don't know. That's just me.
I like it. The dots.
What do I know? What do I know?
The dots are beautiful. It rained today. Did it, Scotty? You still didn't tell us what you had for lunch.
The leaves are starting to change here, says Patrick. Where's here, Patrick?
He's a province over, about midway up.
Oh, okay.
Alberta?
That's what I don't know. Where everybody in the chat's from.
Call it Athabasca country.
What?
Close enough.
Everybody,
Can't
please put your
baskets.
address.
Put your
mailing
address.
in the stat.
Last
Social
four of your
insurance.
social and your mother's maiden name.
You want to go see moose? You want to go see cougars and mountain lions and all that shit? You go
Cougars,
to-
you said?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
What
about the
kind you're
animals.
thinking of?
I'm thinking of like Nancy Wilson cougar.
It's
Holy
funny how
Christ,
that has
Scotty.
gone from 40 to 60 in the last 20 years.
Do you see what Scotty had for lunch? No wonder he was in a coma. Look at this.
Had a burger, baked beans, and mashed taters. The beans must be what did
There's
it.
a few carbs in there.
Yep. That just sounds so cool, right?
Awesome.
Oh, as I'm finished, you solo me
Encore,
on.
encore, encore.
Let's see what else is going on. Patrick says Cougars upstairs. Okay. Oh, it's funny. I started playing the Phase 90. Scott Brockway says like R2, R3 gets Phase 90 yet.
Yeah, because we're in, I believe Steve from Boston's. And I said I was going to get I already have the EVH Phase 90, but I want to get the script,
Small stone or
the custom shop one.
Is that supposed to be better or?
It's just, I want to have the Van Halen one, and I just want to have the one that's just the script logo.
Right.
That way there's no little button that you can forget to turn on or off.
Right.
Just have one.
So is there a way to tell it unless it's just?
Yeah, so the EVH will have the script logo if it's pushed in. That's the script logo. If it's pushed down, it's the block letter.
Right.
So block letter's more pronounced. More of a wave. Script is a little more subtle.
Yeah. I think I had it on the script setting there. Sounded pretty close.
Yeah.
You know, minus the harmonizer behind it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Little flanger.
The flanger.
Let's see.
should be whopping do.
Scott says I have the custom shop one. It's the OG.
Yeah.
You still have to run batteries in it, right, Scotty?
Block letter has a feedback resistor. I have somewhere around here a block logo one that I think that's the mod that I did is I clipped a resistor on it.
The R23 mod or whatever.
Something like that, yeah. Yep.
I did that and it never worked again.
Must
So I
have
bought
clipped
the
the wrong
EVH one and was done with it.
Yeah. Greasy Monkey Guitars. I have the custom
Yeah, that's the
shop
one.
script Phase 90, but the one with an LED and external jack input. Right on.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that the red or the white one?
That's the orange one, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was an EVH. He was talking. No, it's the... Because there's a red one. I understand this bit here. With But the EVH, there's white ones and there's red ones, right?
Not unless they did a special version of it. I think they did a special red version of the flanger. But
I've got a red.
those
I've
are
got a red MXR.
yeah, the red Phase 90,
90?
is the
Yeah, yeah.
standard one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there may have been a special edition of white on it. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
like a white and black one.
I know that I have seen a red and white striped flanger before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I
And a wah. And I've seen the wah that
I
way.
fucked up. I have a white flanger.
A white one? Why are you saying white that's white?
Yes, cool.
Scott says batteries only. Greasy says mine is regular orange. Special edition one, special chorus too. Yeah, I think there was a release of all the EVH pedals. They had a special release of them. Screwed that up, didn't I? Maybe that's why I get no love in the chat. I screw it up all the time. It's just paint. Who cares? You know that there's people out there that are collecting all of the colors of anything that comes out. Rob says, feeling. Oh, that's okay, Scott. I know. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I got no. It's in E standard. Just forget it. It's
Not
hard enough
happening.
to play.
Not happening. Well,
Hard
boys, I think that I am about chatted out. How about you? Got anything else on the agenda for this evening?
Septemberfest.
Buffalo wings for the family. Unanimous.
Buffalo wings?
My special recipe.
Right on. Right on.
Yep.
Well, I
No
think
diapers
that,
included.
right? Don't need it. Well, not after that heat outline that he was showing.
That's right.
Looks like might need something though. So let's see. We got 30 here. We got 28 thumbs up. Right on. 29
Nice.
watching. 30 watching.
You two
Appreciate
bastards,
everybody.
Jump back in here and thumb up. We need
Appreciate
one for-
everybody hanging out with us for a holiday weekend on a Sunday.
That's right.
Sure, you guys have a lot of
Appreciate
stuff
work
going
tomorrow.
on, so appreciate everybody hanging out and saying hi, rolling through. So I think that we will start wrapping it up for today. And let's see.
Thank you,
let's
everybody.
do that there.
Thanks, everybody. Fun show today.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's anybody that, like I said before, you want to come on and join us and hang out, send me an email. The email is in the description underneath the video down there. So let me know. Any topics you got for a show you'd like us to talk about or anything like that, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. So big thank you to everybody that came out. I had Deputy Van Halen here today, Miami Pool Boy 69, Stephen Franklin, Greasy Monkey Guitars, there are none greasier. Scott Brockway was here, Hip Metal Works was here, Rob Blackmore Official. Let's see who else we have here right at the end.
Rob.
I think those were the only ones that were still awake.
Yeah.
We had Stephen Franklin was here. He's telling us the number to call. I guess he was. Charles 75 N was here. Ferd Burfel, thank you for hanging out. Getter 1952, thanks for keeping me company. Anytime, man. Always welcome.
Go
Patrick
see
was
Mr.
here.
Coombs in an hour.
Right on. We'll see everybody there at Ben Coombs. His link is in the description as well. If you haven't checked out Ben Coombs, check out his link. Go over, say
I don't know
hi.
if you caught it earlier, Ryan, but our good friend Dr. Charles, Mr. Fabric, has taken a page out of your book and started posting all of our favorite channels.
All
in
right.
The description.
Right on.
Yep.
Very cool.
So
Thank you, Charles. I
you
hope
kinda
that
set
our
the bar there, man.
I hope that our link is there. Well, I think I got the idea from Fruitcake Tony, so props out to Fruitcake for,
That's
for
right.
that idea.
Forward. Yep.
Right, exactly. You know, it's a good community we got here. A lot of people supporting everybody, so absolutely more love we can share and get everybody recognizing all these different channels that are around. Cool
Big time.
stuff. Cool stuff. Let's see who else we had here at the end. Mr. Stephen Franklin, Bo, Guitar Man 45. Right on. We will see everyone next time.
Thank you, everybody.
See you, Bo.
So until then.